This is Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity. Okay. I am in the process of exploring the Celestial Sapling, which is a very, very cool, very thematic tavern, which also has my amazing ogre in it. So, let's see what's up in this room. Oh, these are the monks! I have a thing to bring to these monks. The thing that I was supposed to bring to them unsealed, and I did bring it to them. I mean, sealed, unopened, and I did bring it unopened. There's a lot of monks here. There's the high monk. That's the one that's been smoking a little bit of herb, if you know what I mean. And then the other monks. Okay. Hi, monks. Can you see us? Pretty curious what's in there. Oh, I want that. But I don't think I can possibly be sneaky enough. The bed rocks with the gentle swaying of the tree. A bug report about the ogre thing? No, sir. Oh, then they might fix it. Then I wouldn't have an ogre on every map randomly, or two. I probably should, though, actually. I probably should. The monk shrugs and gestures toward the high monk. Let me see. Monk silently shakes his head, like a finger over his mouth. Silently shakes his head, placing a finger over his mouth. So, none of these other monks have anything to say. But this one, I bet, will have something to say.
Well met, friend.
The monk massages his temples, his face buried in his palm. As you approach, he looks up. This room needs a proper door, he mutters. My brothers and I rented this space that we may have some measure of privacy in this foreign land. Perhaps you could find another room here in the inn. Who are you? Briefly opening his mouth to answer, the monk swallows his words. He looks you up and down, carefully choosing his response. My brothers and I were having a private discussion in a room we rented for our use. Please, there is a tavern full of people who would provide you with the banter you seek. I met another monk in robes like your own. He died of his wounds right as I found him. The monk's eyes widen. His fists curl in a crackling barrage of popping joints. Robes like ours, you say? Was he carrying anything? Did he tell you anything? Hand you anything? Please, we've been waiting for another of our order to meet us here, and if you found him... I can be like, nah, he didn't give me shit. All eyes fall to the floor as the monks begin to whisper chants in unison to their fallen friend. He gave me this missive. Hand me that! The monk exclaims as he snatches the missive from your grasp. Almost immediately, his face turns red. I mean, please, this is of great importance. Breaking the seals, the monk unrolls the handwritten scroll contained within and quickly reads the message, his lips breathlessly mouthing the text. He turns to address his brothers. My brethren, the arch-martyr has sent word. At long last, we now have what we need. Thank you, stranger, the monk says, folding his hands in front of him as he bows deeply. Your honest soul is to be applauded. I admit I was surprised. When you handed me the message, I expected the seals to be broken. The monk turns red, his face smiling for the first time. I am glad to see common decency is not yet lost from this world. He reaches into the folds of his robes. Here, your honesty must be rewarded. Twin Elms. Some nice Twin Elms are up. Sweet. And he gave me an item. And I got a lot of XP. And Aloth returns from his adventure. So, that one's done. The sealed missive. I return the message with the seals intact to the monks. And... minor adventure completed. Okay. And what did he give me? A small shield, huh? Ayla Braccia. Ayla Braccia. Ranged grazes reflected back at attacker. Oh man, that would be pretty sweet for Adair too. Because he gets a lot of grazes on him because his deflection is so high. But I don't think he can possibly justify using this instead of Scoth Guana. Oh, this one's so good. Oh my god. This shield is so good. This small shield is of lightweight construction, intended to be maneuvered in as swift and dynamic a fashion as its namesake. Despite the fine craftsmanship, it was most famously known as the weapon of a pit fighter, who used the shield in a distinctive dance-like fighting style to turn his opponent's attacks against them. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It goes in the box. Thank you again for deliver the message. Our brother was wise to entrust you with completing his final message. Okay. You're welcome then. What happens if I'm just like... Oh. Even after I just delivered them the really important message and all that, and they're like, hey, we're really cool now, they're still gonna just, like, attack me for... Honestly, fuck you, High Monk. He didn't last long. I wonder what he has on him. Just saying. Just saying. Wonder what he has on him. Just saying, I had to check it out real quick. He has another one of those shields on him. That's funny. Okay. Let's quick load that. Just like Radric, Lord Radric, if you complete his quest, he gives you justice, the sword justice, but then if you kill him after that, he also has justice on his body, so you get two of them. Alright.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Hey look! It's gone! The stupid, fake terrifying aura thing or whatever is gone. I wonder if the ogre's gone. He is gone. Alright, so that's it. My eternal ogre statues are now gone. There are no more. Who's this? This is Quineth. Have a moment. I would like a word with you. Slender woman. Oh, it's a woman. In dusty leathers, locks eyes with you. It's good to see someone from more civilized lands around here. Her unkempt hair sprouts in wavy black tufts. Despite the fine features that sculpt her face, a cleft chin completes her boyish appearance. I'm learning firsthand the many shortcomings of Glanfathan hospitality. Her gloved hands come to rest on the pommel of a long estoc cinched low on her hip. She wears an estoc on her hip? Isn't it like a long-ass two-handed sword? Pretty sure everybody wears those on their back. I can almost forgive the hostility toward outsiders, but the temperate taverns and these watered-down drinks, inexcusable. Hey, because I have positive rep with the dozens, she's heard of me, that's cool. I hope I don't seem too forward, but I've heard of you. A sly smile carves a dimple on her cheek. You're famed among the dozens, and that makes us allies. She gives you a coquettish, sideways glance. And allies, well, they help each other, do they not? Well, I don't know, it depends on what kind of help you're looking for, Gwyneth. If you know what I mean. Let's ask her what kind of help she's looking for. What help do you need? Actually, wait, who are you? The woman pats the dust off her leggings and gives you an exaggerated curtsy. Where did I leave my ambassadorial manners? She flashes a mocking smile. I am Gwyneth. Pleasure to meet you. She lifts an eyebrow with a blushing smirk. For the time being, though, I'm just another Estremor minding her own business. What help do you need? My friends have drawn some unwanted attention. Gwyneth looks to both sides, scanning for uninvited listeners. Glanfathan scouts, and not just any mob of local zealots, the Fangs. She pauses to let the name settle in the air. The Fangs are a brutal, ruthless bunch, eager to make an example of troublesome outsiders. That's for why I need your help. Her smile widens as she speaks. I need someone to warn the expedition that trouble is coming, and I need someone ready to fight if it comes to that. She taps her hand on the pommel of her estoc. With any luck, we'll reach my friends before the Fangs do. But if not, the Fangs have a reputation to uphold. This might require spilling blood. Tell me more about your expedition. I like to think we're on a mission of reclamation. Gwyneth darts a shrewd smile. It is said that our armies left behind many valuables in their hasty retreat from Eric Landfeth at the end of the War of Black Trees. So the way I see it, we're simply gathering up what our ancestors left behind. I doubt the Glanfathans agree with me on this, she adds with a dimpled grin. My expedition set out from Defiance Bay, heading directly east across into Glanfathan lands. I split off once we arrived at the Bale, the natural frontier between our nations. Natural frontier? The plan was for me to keep my eyes on the Glanfathans while the main group scoured the target area. For days, we eluded them. She walks her fingers over the back of her leather glove, leaving a trail on its dusty surface. But the Fangs got wise to our presence. Your friends are trespassing. By local custom, they're criminals. Gwyneth frowns and blinks at you several times. You'll forgive me if I'm not as sympathetic with face painters and their barbaric laws. I'm not pretending that what we're doing is noble. I just don't believe trespassing is a crime that warrants execution. I agree, considering I've already been attacked by Glanfathans a couple times for, quote, trespassing on their sacred bullshit. What did your friends do to draw the attention of the Fangs? Just setting foot in Air Glanfeth is a good way to offend the tribes. I don't know how they picked up our trail. I suspect one of our newer scouts didn't cover his tracks well enough. When I spotted the Fangs, they were retracing a path the expedition had taken days before. Why aren't you with the rest of your friends? Why not warn them yourself? Her posture stiffens at the question. I it was my turn to handle fire patrol. I spotted the fangs on my trek back to camp. I knew that rejoining the main group would risk leading the enemy right back to the expedition. I know the woods and I know how to stay quiet, but I didn't want to stake my friends' lives on my ability to sneak past expert hunters like the fangs. That's probably prudent. If they noticed me warning my friends, we'd have been overrun. Gwyneth tilts her head to the side and points to you with a grin. But if they notice me and some reinforcements, like, say, you, well, at least then we can scare them off or put up a good fight. I'll help you warn the expedition. Gwyneth smiles with an overt display of dimples. Excellent! I knew I could count on you. She leans in and whispers, assuming the fangs didn't already get them, my friends should now be at or around the Pilgrim's Trail in the North Weald. The plan was to camp along a trail leading to a temple of Hylia. I see. Find my comrades, warn them the fangs are coming, and help them clear out of the forest. I'll head out first on my own to see if I can't lead the fangs astray and buy us some time. She pulls her estoc a few inches out of its scabbard and cracks a smile. If the gods smile on us, we won't have to draw steel. Should it come to that, I'm glad you're on our side. At the mercy of the tribe, so this is a legit quest. Gwyneth, a dear wooden scout, has come to Twin Elves to find help for her friends who are on an expedition to recover lost artifacts. Though the group hasn't been directly confronted by the Glenfathans yet, Gwyneth was on patrol and discovered that local sentries have already caught scent of her expedition. Gwyneth asked me to warn her mercenary companions about the impending danger while she attempts to thwart the scouting efforts of the pursuing Glenfathans. Intercept Gwyneth's dear wooden expedition in the North Weald wilderness. Gwyneth, a dear wooden scout I met at the Celestial Sapling in Twin Elms, asked me to warn her expedition of an impending Glenfathan ambush and to find the expedition at the North Weald by the side of the path leading to Hylia's temple. Okay, always nice to get a new quest. Hurry, the expedition will camp at the North Weald by the ruins next to the Pilgrim's Path. Good luck. A cool breeze whistles through the leaves. I bet it's nice up here.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Who are these people? Oh, they're what do you call them? They're vibrant histories.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Que?
Yes, as you say.
Okay. Vibrant histories and some stuff I can steal. I don't remember if I've read these two or not. The bed rocks with the gentle swaying of the tree.
Why not? There! Done!
Got a couple topazes. Nice. I don't think I've read this one before. About Glenfathan Customs. I'm pretty sure I've read Elementary Glenfathan. Yeah, I definitely read this one. Or did I? No, I guess I haven't actually. I read the book, the one about Ingwithin. I haven't read this one. And I haven't read this one either. Okay, cool. So we're going to do some reading. First, I need to... go steal that. You know, because I can. Go, go, go. Okay. So it's reading time. Reading time, reading time. It is time to read some books. Take a look It's in a book, The Reading Rainbow. I don't remember how that song goes exactly. The Reading Rainbow. And it's like something like, I can't do anything. Take a look, it's in a book. The Reading Rainbow. I don't know, I don't remember how it went, but you know Reading Rainbow? Come on, son. LeVar Burton up in here? Yeah, I'm old. I'm hella old. That's in case that hasn't been established. Okay. Which one first? Let's read Elementary Glanfathan first so we know something about the language. Elementary Glanfathan. Your soldiers are not fully armed, or even decently dressed, without some basic knowledge of the Glanfathan language. If your scouts cannot eavesdrop, if our captured soldiers cannot recognize the words of their captors, or if our officers cannot answer a call to parley, we fail. Knowing just a few simple face painter words could mean the difference between tactical success and defeat in detail. Glanfathan writing is, like Adiran, adapted from the Old Vailia alphabet brought overseas by the Adirans long ago. The Glanfathans put their own spin on this alphabet, so there are some noticeable differences that can confuse the uninformed. A and ah. It's the difference between pa and pat. So that's ah, ah. Okay, so that's ah. The A with the thick caret over it is ah versus ah. Pat, ah. E and E is the difference between hen and hay. Hen, hay. Okay, so this is ah, and this is a. I and I with the caret is the difference between ilk and eel. Ilk, eel. So that's E, A, ah. O and O is the difference between oats and ought. Oats, aw. So aw, E, A, ah, ah. Ah, ah, A, E, aw. W and W is the difference between butt and boot. What? What does that even mean? Boot? Ooh. Note that last part. In Air Glanfeth, the letter W acts as our letter U. Speaking with a consonant woo sound is the perfect way to alert a Glanfathan to the fact that you're a dear wood and struggling to learn the language. See Esther more in the glossary below. So, ooh. A W is an ooh. A weird W in the... Okay. Ooh, ah, E, A, ah. Okay. Keep in mind these tricky differences. DH is used for a hard thorn sound, such as with this or that. Conversely, TH is a softer sound in Glanfathan, barely vocalized, like when one says thief or thought. What? I don't understand this. How do I... If I say this, that, thief, thought. This, this, that, thief, thought. This, that, thief, thought. Alright, well, their language is weird. SI sounds like a soft sh sound, like ship. Put an accent on it, and s sounds like she. You add an H sound in either case. Wow. There's no replacement for actually learning Glanfathan by immersion, but to get you started, here are some important words that you and your soldiers should know. Anam, soul. Anamfath, plural Anamfatha, the spiritual leaders of the tribes. So this is ooh. Argus, arguus. Arguus? Armor. Arguus. 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 Beunen. 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 Life. Arguus. Beunen. Blaith. Blave. Wolf. Cos. Battle. Delem. Leaf. Den. Man. Enfeth. Princess. Estremor. Plural. Estremoran. Estremoran. Foreigners. Foth, plural Fotha, is prince, or princes. So, Anamfoth literally means soul prince. That's what the spiritual leaders... so its literal translation is soul prince. Okay. Guan, winter. Henan, woman. I, in. Lay, place. Hamas, walker. Bremen, building. Re, plural, Riau, wise ones. How do you say the A? Ah. Scath. Scath. Uen, maiden. Ureth. Wow, that's a weird word. With that spelling pronounced Ureth. Soil. Uretha. Ureth. Uretha. Uretha. The whole of our world. Wow, okay, so Glonthothan is not an easy language to understand. Even weirder than Ingwithan, probably. In the box. Okay, now that we know about their pronunciations, kind of, we can learn about their customs. Soon we will be honorary Glonfothans ourselves. Glonfothan customs can seem primitive and unsophisticated to some. But all customs begin with a ritual or superstition, so why should theirs be considered less than any other? If they are examined closely, Glonfothan celebrations stem from a deep and rich culture, and all tie into their history in a significant way. The Festival of the Ancients. The Festival of the Ancients takes place during spring dawn, and is a time to celebrate the Glonfothan settling in Air Glanfeth. It is a simple 3-day ceremony that is mostly centered on feasts. These feasts are set up around the ruins scattered throughout Air Glanfeth. Wreaths made from tree branches and flowers are placed at the ruins, and prayers are said to the gods, thanking them for health and prosperity. But this kind of sounds like Thanksgiving. The cleansing. The cleansing started as a protest, recreating the hardships wrought upon the Glonfothans by the Adiran colonists when they started settling the Deerwood. It has morphed over the years and is now used more as a game mixed with a teaching tool to inform your Glonfothans about the history of their people. The cleansing takes place on New Year and Mid-Year and now acts as a metaphor for real events instead of a recreation of the events themselves. Zaurup effigies are placed throughout the forest, hollow clay shells filled with sweets and gifts. The children then search the woods for the effigies and destroy them, cleansing the forest so that Glonfothans can move in and occupy the areas. After the area has been cleared, they gather for a celebration and feast where the elders tell the young members the true story of their people's history. So it's sort of a weird Easter-like type thing. Although this is very insensitive to Zaurups. I mean, that's offensive to Zaurups. You know, you make effigies of them and send the kids out to beat them up and take their shit. Like, what are you teaching those kids? How will we ever have human Zaurup peace if this sort of This sort of hateful bigotry continues. Holiday of the Black Tree. A combination of a day of remembrance and celebratory feast, the Holiday of the Black Tree is held on the second day of autumn falling, when the trees are still colorful but losing their leaves, and the land is becoming cold and dark. Glanfathans use the day to tell the story of the War of the Black Trees, and remember those who were lost. During the morning, adults hang elaborate garlands from the tree branches. The garlands are made from red, orange, and yellow flowers, and represent the flames that swept through the forests of Glanfath, destroying everything in their paths. After a morning of fasting and reflection, the children are set to run through the trees, tearing down the garlands and bring them back to the feast, decorating the tables with wildflowers, turning the horror of war into something beautiful. Then they eat, sharing the peace they now have with the dear wooden people, and toast to many more years of peace to come. That's a pretty cool holiday. Also of note in Glanfathan culture is their abundance of traveling customs. Being a semi-nomadic people, they practice customs to ensure their safety while on the move. Traveling customs. If you're taking a quick trip, purchase a gift for someone you are visiting and leave it at your home. If something important is left undone, such as giving a gift to a loved one, you will always return to finish the task. If you are taking a longer trip, leave remembrances of your trip, no matter how well you know the road. Drop some pebbles along the way or tie a ribbon to the tree branches. Mark your path away and you'll always have a safe and easy trip back. Evil spirits and dangerous creatures are everywhere in our world. If you decorate your cart with masks, they will scare away any danger that might otherwise approach. But you must decorate your cart anew every trim, or the evil won't be fooled by your ruse. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. And now we can read Beloved Land, poems from Glanfath. The Tree, the Wind. Who shall hear the voice of the wind, its beauty resplendent, unseen, intangible? Its tongue whispers the oath, I move, I carry, always I will fly, and always will I change. For nothing is permanent, nothing escapes my grasp. Who shall call the heart of the wind? It travels swiftly, fiercely, untouchable. Its fist howls the promise. I push, I break, never will I stop, and never will I land. All is in my domain, all bend to my will. Who shall resist the force of the wind? Its anger presses, pushes, drives, and the tree answers its call. Yes, your voice is loud, your name is grand, your force is mighty. I shall not resist, I will not defy, I will bend. Your power shall wash over me. You want me to bow, I will bow, but I will always stand. I will always return. I will always recover. That is my pledge, that is my promise, that is my oath. So the wind is like, I'm pretty intense here, and the tree's just like, whatevs, I got this shit. Oh, I get it now. Look, this is shaped like a tree. The way the this is written right here. Well, isn't that cute? All right. Well, really not the best poem I've ever read, but I'm more of a Bukowski guy. But hey, not bad, not bad. All right. Well, as if we didn't have enough reading, look who's here. A couple of vibrant histories for me to check out. So first we have Gaius Firemane, who amazingly enough is not a fire god-like. He's just a regular person. Okay, so are we going to read Gaius Firemane's story? Yes, we are. As you near, you feel a vibrant history containing the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. I'll reach out for the soul. You see a young redhead boy, almost but not quite a man, stalking the steps of a panther, an ugly curved dagger in his hand. The panther treads lightly, jumping from rock to rock, unconcerned by the danger behind him. He bounds up a tree and turns his green-slit eyes on the child, and you could swear he would be laughing if he could. A flash of black fur, and the panther is gone, and the boy's thoughts littered with curses and self-doubt. The boy moves on, walking for days, hunting for something he never seems to find. He sleeps only in fits, a few hours at a time before he continues, exhausted and starving. Another day passes and he kills a rabbit. Its huge brown eyes, almost entranced as the boy slits its throat from ear to ear and begins to eat it raw. He winces as the tough meat goes down, coagulated blood running down his chin. Covered in drying blood and fatigue, he falls asleep beneath a nearby outcropping of rock, determined to continue the hunt when he awakes. He does not have to wait long. A snuffling in the undergrowth nearby, and his eyes are instantly open, a small hand on his blade. The great black bear sizes him up, almost triple his size, and goes back to foraging. The boy grasps his dagger, knuckles white, and breath in short, nervous gasps. It takes almost a full day before it is done, and he collapses, arm dangling limply from his side. He calls hoarsely, voice feeble. 3 men come out from behind the outcropping, swollen with pride. No longer a boy, the young man begins to skin the bear with their help. Oh, cool. Alright, that's like his ritual of manhood, becoming a proper hunter and so forth. And now here he is, wearing some scale armor, standing around in an inn with a silly haircut. Alright. Salera Trilier. This is another red-haired person. That's a woman with a very, very large goblet. Oh. Nothing happens when I talk to her. I just get the old ellipsis over the head. Interesting. I haven't seen that on one of the, Oh, because she isn't a backer thing. She's a legitimate NPC. Her thing isn't gold. She just doesn't have anything to say. Okay. Interesting. What's up, Ogre Man?
Don't make trouble and I won't have to thump your skull. Simple, right?
Yeah, couldn't be more simple, really. Should I rest? I'm not super thrilled about losing my mechanics bonus right now, but maybe I need to. I defeated almost 2,000 enemies. Guess I really don't need to rest right now.
Don't make trouble and I won't have to thump your skull. Simple, right?
It's pretty simple, yeah. Thanks. I think we have an understanding. You and I, Ogre. Well, maybe I have an understanding. You having an understanding is fairly unlikely. Spilled water on myself like a boss. Apparently drinking out of a bottle is very difficult. Okay.
Time to see and not be seen.
Oh. Rotuk? So, what have you learned since the last time we talked? What's new with you?
You want up, I pull.
Alright, same thing. Got it. Stay gold, pony boy. Never change. Never change, Rotuk. So, you can't go in there. Can't go over there. Can't go in there. pretty much talked to all these normal scrubs around town. Let's see what's up this way. No, we've been through this. I know, I can't go there. Got it. Shh. Calm your shit, sir. It appears to be in a state of uncalm, and I would advise you to alter that state to one of calm. In other words, just settle down, bro. Hey, I found a fine breastplate. That's fine. And a bunch of gold. See, people hid some nice shit in this barrel over here. Like, what is this place? Just look like ruins, basically. And then there's a barrel and some other, like, assorted junk. And somebody was like, hey, let's put a bunch of money, a really valuable piece of armor, and a valuable gem in this barrel here. I'm sure nobody will take it. Come on, son. That Stelgare is really loud when it walks. Isn't it like a great cat? Shouldn't it be much quieter than that? When it's patting around on its paws? I mean, seriously, it's loud as hell. We've already... Pale elves have consumed the Fang's patience. Really? No, they will not throw them out of Rimergon's temple. Truly the heart burns brighter than any hearth. Provisions and trade happens in the market, Northwest Hearthsong. The dear Woodens cannot respect our sacred places when their own cities fall beneath them. Okay. Getting some of the same stuff I've heard before. Alright, here's the children again. Fothen stares at you and then slowly blinks away. Blinks away? We've talked to them. We know all about their deal. Hearing weird soul whispers. Probably already checked over here. Alright, so that's the entirety of this lower tier. Now fully searched. Fully. See a barrel. See a warrior. Hey, walk away, that's good. There's some stuff in this barrel that I'd like to... No, get away, child! Nothing for you to see here. Saying. Nice, I got your milk and oil. What's up now, Glonfothens? All your milk, your oil, it belongs to me.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Look at this, the roofs of the buildings with like all these pine needles or whatever on them. Pretty cool. What's up, child? I've never met you, Estremor, before. It's no good. The rains have run their course, and trade has returned. And with it, Tamra's impatience. It's another barrel. We've had good luck with barrels thus far. Protector. Hearthsong Market. Oh, the market's like its own separate map. Okay. Of course it is. Why not get a loading screen in there when you can? Ah, the guard says the same things. So, okay. What's going on over here? Tamra's always hungered like a prowling Stelgare. Temper your lust for copper, or you're no better than them. I'm hearing that, Smith hammering sound again.
Yeah?
Alright, we need to, who the hell is she even getting discovered by? Ah, better. We need the contents of this barrel right here. Oh, I got your mead. I got your vegetables, and your eggs, and your milk, and your oil. Haha! Well, suppose it would behoove me to go in the market now. Trade routes. Something buggy's happening here with these over-the-head arc strings, or whatever they call them. Alright, let's go in here. My thorough exploration of Hearthsong. Hearthsong, is that the name of this town? Or this district of the city? Can't remember. Kind of thinking it was Hearthsong. Yeah, Hearthsong Market discovered. Just a nice round building with merchants in it. Okay. The cat. Hey, cat. Meet my little Onomat. Those children move quickly. Wait. We're not prepared for all that. Hold on. Alright, so we've got a big fireplace in the middle. And we've got...
Time to see and not be seen.
Addendum added. Alarhi's... Alarhi has left the Hearthsong's Market, perhaps having learned that Renato enlisted me to pursue the Alarth Gola. Should find out where the herbalist has gone. How do I know that? Like, how do I know that? I've just walked in here. Like, I haven't even talked to anybody yet. Okay, well, we've got a number of, what do you call them here? Vibrant histories. So, this one here is Vicenza Goldspark. You see a child, a heavy chain running from her wrist to the wall. Scrubbing, I don't like the idea of a child being chained to a wall. What the fuck? Scrubbing at a kitchen tile with deliberate slowness. The stain is dark and heavy, but she scrubs for hours, failing to notice the passage of time, failing to greet the moon as it rises. Her small face is hard and dry as she scrubs. When she is done, the kitchen is raw and fresh, ready for a new day, but she is not done yet. Trembling, she approaches the body in the corner. The whites of her eyes grow ever larger as she reaches into a pocket, grasping for freedom and finding it in the form of a key. She does not notice the blood smeared on her blouse or the stares of the townspeople as she runs toward the shoreline and the docks in the distance. Well, that one was pretty cool, actually. where she was a slave or a captive, and she murdered whoever it was and freed herself and ran off and went to the docks and became some sort of sailor or pirate or something, presumably. And then there's Atlantean Aldarin. I already don't like him. He's got a stupid hat. Vibrant history. I already hate this guy. You see a band of elves tread warily through the undergrowth, hands tight on weapons like endurance, eyes locked on the forest floor. They move silently, fluidly, a team practiced in the art of the hunt. A distant thud sends birds panicking into the sky, and the group changes course towards the source of the sound. In the lead, a tightly strung bowman scouts, so alert he trembles. Vaulting over an exposed root, he holds a hand in the air, and the group pauses, taking cover behind time-gnarled trunks. There's a moment of stillness before the forest itself rises up to greet them. The creature is enormous, twice the size of any elf, and its endless-seeming arms of vine snap towards its assailants, snatching at ankles, arms, legs. One elf goes down and is thrown onto one of the trees with a rending crack. Another slips, jumping to avoid the snake-like vines, and before he can react, a vine is around his waist. The air is blurred with arrows as the lead bowman lets loose, giving his companions time to recover. An unearthly howl sounds as a rapier slices through one of the creature's arms, incapacitating it momentarily. Taking his chance, the bowman switches arrows, lighting the wet shafts with slick blue fire. The monstrous mass of vines screeches as the flames take their toll, lashing out at any and all who come near. Two elves lie unconscious on the ground, another dead, an enormous dent in his skull. The creature falls, finally, but there are no cheers, no celebration. The group is somber as they collect their dead and wounded. So, Elves v Swamp Thing. Elves win.
Be cautious. Be constant.
And over here, we have another one. Lorn Taliesin. Is that another death godlike? Fuck my life. He's goddamn death godlike. Every time I see a death godlike, I think its name should probably just be XX Legolas XX. As you near, you hear see on Vibrant History. Yeah. Reach out for the soul. Wait, is he an Orlan? Oh, he's a death god like Orlan, right. You see an Orlan man crouching over a half-drawn map, intently shading line by careful line. The notes he works from smell of salt and sea, water-smudged scribbles bracing a mess of illustrations and measurements. He finishes each stroke with precision before moving to the next, slow, deliberate. Nothing out of place. A bell tolls lightly in the distance, and he pauses, replacing the quill with a dagger he slides into his belt. Opening the door into his shop, he assumes a smile and engages his customer, an older dwarf with a gray-stained beard. The dwarf inquires about a few items, trying on a few pieces of armor, a pair of bracers, but nothing seems to garner his interest. With a harumph, the dwarf leaves, a little too hurried, a little too nervous. The shopkeep grunts, taking a crossbow down from the wall and locking the door behind him. Beneath the tolling bell, the impact of the crossbow bolt barely makes a sound as it stops the thief in his tracks. The shopkeep strolls over to the wailing man, unconcerned as he rifles through his pockets. A potion there, a pouch of silver coins, several scrolls. He had done well. Just not well enough. So don't steal from this guy is what I'm trying to is what I'm getting.
Let's see what lies this way.
He is not a fan of being stolen from. Not a fan at all. What a heavy oily scent emanates from the hides. Oh, she's got some stuff hanging up there that used to be alive and now it isn't. What's up, Defiance Bay Commoner? You're looking for the best leather and hides. This is it. We're trying to have a talk here with you, Defiance Bay Commoner. Trade with the tribes is resumed. No. Stop running off. Fine, I don't care. Get away then. Go away. Fuck you. So here's Tamra. Alright, he's back. Really? That's it? That's all you have to say? Come on. Interesting customs, these Glanfathans. Yeah, do you know about their customs? Because I do, I read a book. There's Tamra. She's, what, one of the merchants or something, apparently? They were talking about her a little bit ago, about she was jiggity about something. Tamra's always hungered like a prowling Stelgare. I didn't catch this conversation. The Pale Elves have tended to Noonfrost for several seasons now. Still your tongue. Do you pretend to commune with the god of winter? I chance a change in that wind, brother. Huh. Okay. So, scrolling back down, scrolling back down, scrolling back down. Let's talk to Tamra. Let's quick save, just in case. You never know. Shit could get real.
Hail, Estramor.
This tall woman is clad in furred hides. She settles a sharp, dark-eyed gaze on you. I hold here the best hides in Air Glanfath. Hides so thick that Stelgare cannot claw through. Boots so supple they will smother the sound of your steps. What's your trade? I bear it on my skin. And that was a pun because this is actual bear fur. Ha ha ha. No. I bear it on my skin. I sell hides from every one of Galawain's beasts. Estramoran come from every village to see them, and know us for great hunters. Every hide bears the tale of a great hunt, and our traders bear them in turn to every corner of our lands. May I see your wares? Then here, look upon the bounty our hunters have provided us. Yeah, I was like, I hope you're not literally just selling hides, because I'm good. Exceptional hide armor is pretty nice. I mean, nobody in my group's really going to wear that, but it's pretty nice. And she even has some traps. Cool.
Many blessings, traveler.
A skin for the hearth, perhaps, or furs to keep you warm in colder times. Maybe I can sell her a fine breastplate. Would you like a fine breastplate, ma'am? It's very fine. It's very plated. And it's very breast. Now, I don't know what that means either, but it is. Well, she had less to save than I expecting. What's going on over here? Is that a dwarf? The fine-grained wood of the shields has been polished to a smooth, even finish. Many goods to bring back to Defiance Bay. More than I thought. I understand barring most visitors from the other districts, but surely exceptions can be made. Got to admit, these folks know how to make weapons. I'd pick their spears above all else. Fine bows and axes, too. The homes here are so quaint, imaginative. Imagine living in a little shack. Any goods? Yeah, we heard that. We heard that. But I need that. I need your eggs and fruit. If you don't mind the trip, lots of copper to be made here. These people are saying the same old stuff. Alright. This guy's ripe and juicy. The fruits give slightly under your thumb. Alright, so it looks like this person might sell weapons and armor. I mean, weapons and at least weapons and shields, maybe not armor, but so Durin, this is a dwarf by all appearances. Let's find out what Durin has for sale.
Estremor.
This thick-framed woman smiles broadly as you approach. Ah, I see that you heard it. A good blade has a voice, and it sings to its wielder. What weapon called you forward? I like my weapons silent, actually. Perhaps a bow, then. You can fell a boar from 100 paces with one of these. Actually, I can't. They only have a 12-meter range in this game, so you're lying. Maybe you'd prefer something small. I hold here many fine daggers. I know there is something here to your liking. Let me see your wares. Look all you wish. My weapons are the pride of Air Glanfath. Is that right? Oh, shit. She has stuff. Oh, shit. She has stuff. She has Lost Meadow Mail. She has a Helmet of Darksea. She has Exceptional Plate. She has Hearthsong Pamis. She has Exceptional Spears, Exceptional Hatchet, Exceptional Club, Battle Axe, Fine Warbow, Exceptional Hunting Bow. Got Strike Hard, Star Collar, and Bleska's Labor. Flesh's Labor. So, we have some items to read about here, folks. I know you guys are really loving all the reading. So much reading. By you guys are loving all the reading, I mean, I look over, I have like no viewers anymore. All the viewers I had are gone, so yay, reading. Alright. Helmet of Darksea. +2 Perception. A disreputable lord in the Deadfire Archipelago, known for striking secret deals in the dead of night, hired an order of assassins to protect him during his nightly errands. He had them outfitted with magical helms that enabled them to pierce the veil of darkness. Eventually, his paranoia turned on his hired assassins, and he had them executed and their equipment destroyed. One, however, was rumored to have escaped to the Valian republics, where she became a legend. This worn and scuffed leather helmet fits over the head and covers the upper face. Adjustable leather straps make it comfortable and practical for users of any race and build. 2 crimson-tinted lenses fit in front of the eyes. That sounds a little bit ridiculous. Lost Meadow Mail. That looks kind of cool. So it's exceptional mail armor with regeneration on it. That's nice. Real nice. Examinal legends speak of a verdant meadow hidden among the rolling grasslands. Wildflowers grow as tall as folk, and the meadow is forever kissed by the mild sun and cooled by a gentle breeze. Sounds nice. Clever trackers, fearless hunters, and innocents fleeing injustice are said to stumble upon the meadow, suddenly finding themselves in a place of perfect peace, where streams flowing with fresh water are always close at hand, and grain falls milled from the sheaf. This sounds like not a real place. It is a land of plenty, and it is unknown whether those who find their way to the meadow are unable to leave, or whether they simply choose not to. At the center of the meadow, a place the peoples of Examinal regard as the center of Aora, grows a tree bearing small red fruit. It is said that the fruit can restore and reinvigorate even the frailest of individuals. This armor was supposedly anointed with the pulp of one of those fruits and imbued with essence from its pit. So, okay, that's kind of a cool story. Then there's Hearthsong Pamis. It's basically leather armor of resolve, and it's fine. That's a lot of resolve. This armor was owned by an Adiran man who belonged to a band of mercenaries who called themselves the Walkers. At any one time, there were only 5 members, each with a specific set of skills. The first walker was strong, the second was agile, the third was a marksman of unparalleled skill, the fourth was blessed with incredible endurance, and the fifth possessed irresistible charm. Each of the walkers wore armor that enhanced their already formidable skills. Clad in Curthid Pamis, 5th walker, Yadiran had once been known to talk a Colquhoun noble into trading his prize mare for a half-finished jug of ale. Wow, that would certainly take some serious persuasion ability. Tell me about Strike Hard. It's a Warhammer. There we go. Attack speed, it's exceptional. Disorienting, -5 all defenses for 5 seconds on hit. So this would be a sweet weapon if I was going to go with a weapon and shield for a Pallegina. This would be a... because Warhammer's like what she's got her spec in for one-handers, and this is a beautiful item. An Amauan raider from the Deadfire Archipelago once used this weapon when attacking enemy ships. Boarding first, she would rush the enemy captain while her crew secured the vessel. It took the coordinated efforts of 3 other enemy raiding groups to finally end her dominance among the islands. That's pretty cool. Strike hard. Then there's Starcaller. Sounds amazing. Okay, grace to hit. That's a standard thing that flails have. Oh, wow. It's exceptional and stunning. Attacks can stun on crits. And it has spell striking, middle letters minor. So chance on hit of dropping middle letters minor missiles on whoever you hit. That's a badass weapon. Devotees of Ondra along the north shore of the Examinable Plains watch the moon and stars sink into the sea every night, performing obeisance to the goddess of the tides. A traveling Adiran anthropologist made note of their rituals, filling his journal with sketches of folk swinging their arms to the firmament and descriptions of the stars falling from the night sky. The journal was published and widely distributed in the nascent Adira and Valian colonies. A copy eventually fell into the hands of an apprentice armorer who was so enchanted with the images of the rituals that she set out to craft an homage to them. Her masterwork was Starcaller, a flail of such quality that it was said to have fallen from the heavens themselves. These are some nice weapons. And there's Bleska's Labor, a club. Fast, it's accurate, it's superb, holy shit. Coordinating, +4 accuracy when attacking same as an ally, 1.25 damage when attacking same target as an ally. And damage restored. This is a fucking awesome rogue weapon right here. Rogue or barbarian. You could really beat some ass with this club. Or even your tank. That's nice. An unlikely but effective leader, the barbarian Bleska held off a Adiran expansion north of Red Saris by organizing the southern examinal tribes. She kept her ragged alliance together by persuasion, coercion, and force when necessary. Her coalition held together just long enough to dissuade in advance. Yeah, these are really nice weapons. I don't think I'm going to buy any of them for my particular setup here, at least not at this time. Maybe I'll look into that helmet, +2 perception helmet. Don't think the Lost Meadow Mail is right for anyone in my group right now. Or that. But I need to look at my characters and decide. I might want that helmet, actually. So right now, Adair has 1 from his helmet to perception. So he should get that helmet. Because he doesn't need the resolve that's on there. His perception will go up by 1. That's a tiny bit more deflection. And reflex. I'll take it, right? What's everybody else? She can't wear a helmet. He's got this one that he's wearing with athletics and dexterity. He's still got the Kana's turban going. He's got the +2 intellect going. And she, of course, has this helmet that she will, like, never take off. So, I think... I hate the way this one looks, too, with his armor, especially. So we'll see if that one actually looks like a chain coif or not. If it looks stupid, I don't know. I'll be less inclined to want it. But I think I'm going to buy it, though.
Many blessings, traveler.
You will need better weapons for the hunt, so it is good that I can provide these for you. Let me see your wares. Yeah, I think I'll take this helmet. Not that much money, really, considering how much I have. Alright, Adair. Well, it's not a very attractive helmet, but it is better than this. At least you can see his face, and it's not as blatantly miscolored with his armor. See how he looks.
Of course.
Yeah, you can see his face, too. It's kind of better. Alright, I'll take it. And he gained, you know, 1 point of deflection and 2 points of reflex, which is not much, but hey, every little bit. I think nobody's going to wear the Pilgrim's Lasting Vigil now. All. Okay, put that in the stash.
Be cautious. Be constant.
I'm just gonna let you keep your stuff here, sir. Alright. Mazdane. What's up, Mazdane? What do you got going on? Some food for your travels? I hold here many delicious cheeses and fresh fruit. Tell me about your trade. Ah, my life is simple and makes a poor tale. I tend the gardens and my herd, and my family picks this delicious fruit you see behind me. The gods have been kind. Let me see what you have. You will not regret it, but please, no tasting. Camping supplies, food supplies. Take the poultry, the meat. What else do I need to make the foods that I actually like? Beef loaf. Okay. Maybe I'll get a little bit more milk. And fish.
Hail, Estermore.
Well, this stuff is so cheap. I'm just gonna... Anything that's an ingredient for any of those things I like, I'm just gonna get. 'Cause it's so cheap, it's basically free. Oh, why did that all not go into the... Okay. Oh. Okay. We need to steal from this person. That's gonna be really difficult though, isn't it?
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Yeah, like nigh on impossible. Same with that. The musk of strange roots and herbs pervades these shelves. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna... Man, that's a lot of money, though. And a revival scroll. Alright, so this is Ewan. Ewan. And let's see what Ewan is all about. A young girl looks about the market with a disinterested gaze. As you near, she snaps to attention and straightens her posture. "Welcome, Estremor," she says with a curtsy. "Alarhi's not here, so I'm running the shop while she's away." She glides her hands in front of her display cases of poultices and remedies. "If you're looking for herbs, tinctures, oils, or ointments, then I've got everything you'll ever need." "I'm looking for Alarhi. Where might I find her?" "She lives not far from here." The little girl points at the exit out of the market. "Climb up the stairs. At the top, there's a circle of ruins. Do you know it? It's on the north side of Hearthsong. Anyway, her house is right there. The door faces those ruins." "Please show me where's." Her smile widens at your request. "Of course. Have a look." She's got potions. Some good potions. Some Karagolin. Some drugs. More potions. She's also a gem seller, kind of like the dude in... So that's good to know. I don't always have to go back to Andra's Gift at night. I could get gems from her, too. For, like, the high level enchants. Good to know. I don't think I have anything I want to sell at the moment. I could probably make a lot of money if I sold all these other magic items that I'm carrying around that I don't use. You know, all these like magic weapons and stuff that I'm basically never going to use, but I'm carrying around just in case. Okay. Ewan told me that Alarhi lives in a dwelling at the northern edge of Hearthsong, up the stairs from the marketplace.
Light, flame, and
Gain
sound.
204 XP for learning that. Okay. And there's one last person in here to
Secrets
talk
whisper
to,
here. I shall listen for them.
and that's Ronette, who is selling, I don't know what. Weapons also, I guess, maybe?
Hail, Estremor.
You have the look of a hunter, Estremor. Durin's weapons may protect the woman who seeks out misfortune, but my supplies will help you to survive out in the wilds. May I see your wares? Ranit nods, gesturing to his goods with a sweep of his arm. Oh my god, what is that? Oh, he's got a named blunderbuss? What is this? Okay, hold on now. Hold on now. He has good... Oh my god, he's got a figurine too. This is the guy who sells the good shit. Ranat's Imports. Alright, so he has awesome guns. Named mace. Named blunderbuss. Named pistol. A nice named staff with fireballs on it. Oh my god. Nice ass cape. It just happens to sell dragon eggs, you know, because it's got ale and beer. I know I want the ale and beer, actually. And mead. I'll take it. And oil, why not? Ebony spider figurine. Summons a Widowmaker and 2 Widowmaker spiderlings. Nearly life-size, this figurine is carved from what appears to have been a single block of dark stone. 2 red jeweled little eyes granted the illusion of life. So that is yet another thing I could summon if I wanted to drop 12,000 on it. Which, you know... The spiders are kind of weak, though. I don't think I want to drop 5,000 on that right now, but I'll keep it in mind. Erige's Radiance. Only usable by Paladin. +2 intellect hold on. What is she using now as a cloak? Oh, she's using this awesome cape. There's no fucking way she's gonna use this. But it looks cool though. Looks like it looks cool. This cloak was a gift given in friendship to a knight, Erige, by a Colquhoun dignitary in the early days of the Adiran Empire. Impressed by the knight's noble qualities, the gift quickly became symbolic of the new alliance between elf and folk. The cloak has changed hands since then, but it is still regarded as a high honor by all who receive it. The shimmering gold fabric is embroidered with red and silver scrollwork done in fine silk. The back of the cloak displays the outlines of an open rose. It always looks clean and well mended. That's a pretty cool cape. It's weird, I've seen like 3 items I think so far that were only usable by paladins. What's that all about? Palantane's staff. Holy shit. Wait, what's the difference between maybe it's just because it's a higher level spell? Anyway, it's a spellbind. It's a fireball. A daily use item. That's hot. Literally. Hot. I didn't even mean that as a pun when I said it, but of course it was one. Basically it's just a normal staff in every way, except it has fireball on it. That is a good thing to purchase. Kana could certainly use that. In a dark corner of Old Vailia, far from the influence of civil society, stories tell of a school constructed for the training of wizards. In a very small and obscure niche of magic, long forgotten by the rest of the world. High Master of the school was an elven mage known as Talantane, who became aware of a growing problem. The aura cast by the school's particular magic was like a beacon to the unsavory creatures of the surrounding area. Marauding trolls from the nearby moors assailed its walls regularly. The High Master resolved to take action, and in his study he crafted a fearsome staff to incinerate the trolls. As much as that seemed important at the time, the demanding and short-tempered Talantane soon became preoccupied with other uses he discovered for his staff, namely in the punishment of unruly students, and that would become its predominant function in the ensuing years. And it's only 2050. That's a very tempting item. If only his third weapon set was actually working, that would be really good. But I could use it as a secondary weapon on Seraphina, or even Durance, or Grieving Mother, but she has crappy caster stats. Yeah, I think I gotta have that. It's only 2,000. Well, hold on. Wait. So, we've got some fine blunderbusses here, which I don't think are, like, better than what she's using. No, hers is exceptional, has Beastlaying, Corrosive Lash. And obviously it's not better than Seraphina's awesome blunderbuss. Lead Spitter, exceptional Beastlaying, Corrosive Lash, DR reduction, Rending. But here we have Amoranit. Amoranit. And this is a very nice mace. Has Restore Moderate Endurance on it as a major spellbind, and it's a superb mace. Wow, that's pretty nice. A priestess of Hylia in Old Vailia took in children orphaned by a famine. She guarded them in the temple and gathered what food she could. When looters came to the temple doors, demanding that she surrender their meager supplies, she prayed to her goddess for strength. The priestess suddenly found a powerful mace in her folded hands, and indomitable courage in her heart. When she charged through the temple door, it said the very birds swooped from the treetops to pluck at the thieves' eyes. Wow. When the local duke heard of her bravery and the plight of the children, he diverted emergency supplies from his own hall to feed them. The brave priestess and her mace, Amaranet, little beloved, became symbols of Hylia's fierce protection. That is pretty sweet, actually. That's a tempting thing to purchase as well, although it's pretty cheap too. Considering it's a superb mace with a major spellbind of a higher level heal spell, that is actually really cheap. Wow. That is a glorious item, honestly. Alright, now let's get into the good shit. A pistol. Dulcinale. It's exceptional. It's rending. And it has annihilation on it, which is extra crit damage multiplier. That's awesome. Dulcinale was the weapon of choice of an infamous Valian highwayman. He lurked in the foothills around Partkozy, watching for traders seeking a shortcut through the treacherous mountain passes. Known for his cunning and cruelty, he usually felled his victims with a shot to the gut, leaving them to die slowly and in excruciating pain from what he called Dulcinale, bad dessert. Wow. That is pretty nice. How does that compare to Durance's pistol? His is only fine, but I can make it better than fine. That marking thing is pretty cool. This would be good though if you had a rogue that's using guns. Or a ranger that's using guns. This is a good damage dealing weapon. And then there's Skonmika's Roar. A blunderbuss. Oh, exceptional. It's disorienting. Afflicts -5 all defenses for 5 seconds on hit. It's reliable, so it grazes convert to hits. That's so good for a blunderbuss. Because when you fire all those shots, you end up getting some grazes in there. And converting more of those to hits would be amazing. And then the standard... Okay, wait a minute. Just wait a minute. So, it's already exceptional. So this has reliable and disorienting, are its two special properties, basically. You could still put... I think you could still put Beast Slaying and Corrosive Lash on here as well. And it would be amazing. What if I compare it to Seraphina's weapon? So hers is exceptional. That's the same. DR reduction is the same. Put these on this. Basically, this one has rending versus reliable and disorienting. Yeah, well, I think I'm probably gonna have to buy this. Let me check something real quick. Those cost 2. Those cost 2. Yeah. I wonder how many Sky Dragon Eyes I'm actually going to get a hold of in the game. Because I'd like to think, oh, I can just make all this stuff superb later, but if it takes 2 Sky Dragon Eyes, and I probably will get a very limited number of Sky Dragon Eyes available to me in the game. I mean, I haven't found anybody that sells Sky Dragon Eyes, and I doubt that I will. Which means I won't be able to really enchant very many things up to superb anyway. Like Lead Splitter could go up to could go up to a superb because it's got 2 left and it can upgrade. You know, same with this weapon. Cloud Piercer. Rending, Shocking Lash, fine. See, it's only fine. So, it could not go up to Superb. Could go up to Exceptional, though. And then it would be 11 out of 12, so it couldn't do anything else. Cloud Piercer. I mean, Forgiveness is nice. St. Garam's Spark. Only fine. But it could go as high as Superb also, theoretically, with what it's got left. But what about Tall Grass? Because, oh, Tall Grass is done. It's never going to be anything higher than Exceptional, because it's got everything on it that it can have. Hearth Harvest, on the other hand, could go up to Exceptional. I mean, up to Superb. So, like, this...
What brings you here?
This thing right here, I could enchant it up to Superb and give it a Lash, or I could give it a Lash and a Slaying and leave it at Exceptional. But anyway, it's got room for one of those things, so that's pretty nice. With Disorienting and Reliable on it, I think I have to buy that weapon. Do I want this pistol for anybody? No, I don't think I do. Even though it's really awesome. I think I have to have this staff as well. But I'm gonna buy this gun. So now I'm spending all my money. I'm gonna quick save. I'm gonna buy that staff and just check it out and see if it works the way I think it works. Really cheap.
Many blessings, traveler.
If it's what I think it is. So now I have this staff, right? So let's say I'm just like, here I am, I'm Seraphina. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna use this staff now.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool, but see, look, she doesn't have a... It says minor spell bind. Oh. That's the wrong staff. On the other hand, where the hell's the...
Yeah.
Oh, this one. Oh. That's much fancier. Oh my god, yeah, it is what it has 3 fireballs per day on it. For only 2,000 copper? For a 3 fireball a day item? That's fucking amazing. I mean, look at this thing. Look at the area on that! And it's a bunch of damage. And it's fast cast. It's fucking fast. That is, like... so good. And it has a 20-meter range! What? Fireball is overpowered as shit. That's such an amazing... And you don't have to be in combat to use it. That's a glorious pulling item. So I want Kana to have that. 17 might, 21 int, 16 might, 18 int. Not as good, but... +1 from that. He does not even have a might item, really. Why not? I say, why not? So yeah, if his third weapon slot was working, but I guess he can take off forgiveness. He never really uses it.
Yes? Yes?
What's that restore light endurance from? Oh, it's from those gloves. That's what I want to know. If I give that to Connor right now.
Yes?
Now he's got the fireballs. Now, if he switches weapons, oh, it goes away. Okay, and then it comes back when he equips it. And in his hands, fireball is still pretty big area. It's still pretty good damage. Not as good as her, though. Maybe I should give it to her. Guildmaster's staff is broken. For some reason. I mean, these other people, they don't have good enough intellect and might to even consider giving it to them. Hey, Morwin. Good morning. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. What's going on? I think she's gonna have to have it as her secondary weapon.
Eh?
She can let loose with some pretty amazing fireballs. I wonder if she gains... No, she only gains it from her soul whip, which is on her weapon. You know, just enjoying your Saturday morning? Well, cool, cool. It's 5:49 a.m. here. I don't know what time it is where you are, but it's really early here.
Eh?
So then the question is, which one of these does she want to use? Hey, EEGTV. Thank you for your awesome stream again. I gotta go. Hope you have a wonderful time. See you around. Hey, you too. I had fun watching you. And thanks for the host and everything. Good times. Take it easy, sir. See you later. Okay, so you're over on the East Coast, so it's actually a much more reasonable time of the morning for a person to be up where you are. I'm still up from, you know, the day before, so otherwise I wouldn't be up at this time. Just realized something.
Hail, Estramor.
I read about Dulcanale, right? And yeah, I read about all these. I have not yet read about the this blunderbuss I bought. Skan Micah, the ogre from Adira and Myths who defeated innumerable champions before finally facing defeat by a simple shepherd, was said to have a roar that could shake rain from the clouds. When charging into battle, his bellows knocked his foes from their feet and rattled their very bones. And then they named this blunderbuss after it, Skan Micah's roar. That's pretty cool. All-nighter hype, yeah, right? Well, I've only been streaming for 5.5 hours. So it's not like I've been up streaming all night. Well, I mean, I guess I've been streaming since midnight, my time. Up till now, so. But it's not like ridiculous. Like, I don't know if you guys know this. I streamed this game. I literally, this is not a joke. I streamed this for 50 hours when it launched. When this game launched on its launch day, I was gonna do a 24-hour stream, but instead I streamed for 50 hours. 50 hours straight. I literally streamed for 50 hours. It was pretty amazing. I have a highlight of that. I have a highlight on my highlights thing that's 41 hours long. Just watch that highlight real quick. I don't know. Because I was a little bit manic and, you know, these things happen. It was pretty awesome. I've been, like, tired ever since then. It was, like, weeks ago, and I'm still tired from that. Yeah. Real quick. Hard to decide which one of these I want her to use. Of course I'm going to put a lash on. What do you do that allows you to stream so often and for so long? Because you want to do that too? No, you don't want to do what I do. I don't do anything. I'm disabled. Which sounds cool, but it's not cool. Well, I mean, it probably sounds cool to some people to not have to work, like, have all the free time in the world, which I do, but I don't really have any kind of life to enjoy that free time. Like, I don't have any money. Most of the time I can't really do much of anything socially, or I don't know, I spend a lot of time isolated just by myself on the internet. No family, no anything really most of the time, so. But I do have all the free time in the world, which is just cool. I mean, that part of it's good. I don't know what I'm doing here. Hi, we can be friends and hang out and do stuff on the interwebs. Yeah, yeah. I like friends on the interwebs. Yeah, I spend like almost all of my life on the interwebs, basically. I mean, at least for the last lot of years. Alright, so Groovy Mother's going to use Lead Spitter from now on. Seraphina is going to use Von Micah's Roar. And this other flying blunderbuss is gonna just chill. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Bought a new weapon. Now I'm not gonna put a Beast Slayer on this because I want to save those last 2 enchantment slots so I can actually upgrade this to Superb when the time comes. Somebody's laughing really loud in the background in this marketplace.
Many blessings, traveler.
I don't think he has anything else that I was going to buy right now. No, he does. I might come back and get that spider figurine from him at some point. But today is not that point.
Eh?
Of course.
So I bought a few new good items in this market, so that's cool. Of course, now I've spent like 15,000 or 16,000 copper in here. I'm not as rich as I once was. Anyway, what are you up to? What are you up to today, Morwen? Alright, so we've been in the market. We've been in the Celestial Sapling. We just have this section here to check out. Of course, Passage of the Six is like the main building we're supposed to go to. But of course, obviously I'm going to go there last. Why would I go to the place you're supposed to go first?
Hello?
What's up, warrior? Random warrior?
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
The passage is where our Anamthatha gather. Mind your manners in our sacred grounds. One more. Oh, okay, you're done. You've lost your relevance, warrior. Plan was to do some laundry, clean the apartment, and stream, but we'll see if any of that gets done. What are you streaming? I actually don't feel good very well right now, just laying low till the room stops spinning. Ah, the room's spinning. That doesn't sound good. Alright, Lorelei Rosethorn. It's a vibrant history. At least she's not stupid godlike, death godlike. She looks to be in Vailian clothing, and she's looking over some sort of something. I don't know why I'm quick saving before I talk to her, but... And by talk to her, I mean... just read a thing. Alright, vibrant history, let's do this. Reading time. You see a ragged child, oil lamp in hand, making her way down an alleyway. Mud-encrusted socks on small, numb feet push forward, despite the cold. She has eyes only for the barn ahead and the soft hay inside. She fumbles with the lock, hairpin in hand. Despite the cold, she unlocks the door with expert fingers and slips her gaunt frame inside. Somewhere between closing the door and falling to the floor, the lamp slips from her grasp. The flames try the hay tentatively and find it to their liking, reaching faster, further. The girl screams. Outside, a woman whips through the streets, chasing shouts and smoke. Her hands are moving before she sees the flames, and from her fingertips erupt 3 near-invisible missiles of force. They shatter the barn door, but fire delights in company and roars larger in response. The screaming has stopped. Skinning herself in iron, the woman mutters a prayer and pushes forward into the inferno. Fire screeches, starving, and she responds with fury and frost and hail. She will not be swayed, and the fire is defeated. The child is weak, chest dry and searing with smoke, but alive. The woman carries her out to cheers and applause as molten sweat dribbles down her silver face. Just woke up really dizzy. It's weird, never felt like this before. Yeah, I was thinking, have you been drinking, or were you drinking a bunch last night? Well, that sounds kind of shitty. Maybe you just need to eat, or...
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
So this is the Passage of the Six. Passage of the Six opens before you, Estramor. Thanks, man. Step lightly, foreigner. I'm gonna step lightly over here and steal the shit out of this barrel. How do you feel about that, warrior? Shouldn't really leave a whole bunch of copper laying around in a barrel. I mean, somebody's gonna come steal that shit. Come on. I like the way these stairs are all, like, partially overgrown, and you can see the only parts that's clear is, like, the middle part where people actually walk up and down all the time. The edges is all overgrown because it's not really walked on.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Now here's the real question. Is this staircase exactly like this one? Looks like it is, but I can't really fault them for that, because it still looks good. Stream Call of Duty Black Ops 2 playing through on veteran mode. How long ago did that one come out? I remember when the first Black Ops came out. That was quite a while ago. I didn't even know there was a Black Ops 2. another big staircase. Now that one's actually different. What is this? I want to look at this. Let me look at this. Don't tempt me with a magnifying glass icon, because it didn't let me look at it from the other side, so I figured I had to come up here. No, I want to know what it says. Son of a bitch. I am not amused. So this whole thing is all that... No, this isn't that same building, right? Despite its apparently crude construction, the angles of the sod roof are perfectly symmetrical. It hums and vibrates at the activity within. But this is like a separate building from... Looks like it's kind of built into the side of the hill, so it's possible that these are all this all connects inside there. In fact, it probably does, because they just built this staircase and this path up over the top of it, but it probably all connects in there. It came out in 2012 for Xbox 360. I'm playing on the PC, though. Alright, cool. Oh, they're gonna give me some sass, aren't they? Yeah, I get it. You don't want me to go to your other districts because you suck. I understand. And I bet if I just run over there, I'm gonna get attacked, right? Yeah, it's not even worth the loading screen of having to reload my game, so I'm not even gonna go over there. So
Be cautious. Be constant.
yeah, the way they made these roofs look on is really cool. Whoever did the area design and the environmental art for Hearthsong did a good job. The stones look really cool, the staircases and then all the way the trees and like the buildings with the sod roofs and stuff look pretty awesome.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
I don't think I've ever actually played any Call of Duty game. I think I played a little bit of... I can't remember which one it was. Maybe Call of Duty 3. My old roommate had an Xbox 360. I played a little bit of one of the Call of Duty games on his Xbox, but I didn't actually play much of it. No, Simoth's hearth will not have warmth for the foster child. Watch your words. Simoth is an Amphath. Still your hearts, sisters. Irhadam's child is safe with him. What is this drama they're talking about? Now they're saying more stuff. Amphath or not, his spirit hungers for power in his old age. He will not let another bloodline lead his 3 Tusk warriors. Irhadam must have good reasons to trust Simoth, this I know. Sounds like some drama. So much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being Snoop D-O-double-G. Awesome way, keep coming up with funky ass hits like every single day. Why would Simoth foster the Amphath child from another tribe then? Fear of death curdles not only blood, but the spirit. I don't know what these people are talking about. Child will rise to lead Simoth. They're really going on and on with this conversation. It's not just like a 3-line thing that you overhear. So from what we've learned, Irhadam's kid has been adopted and being raised by this Simoth, who is apparently the an Amphath of the Three-Tusked Stelgar tribe, and they're not sure what's going to happen to this kid. There's some concern about it, apparently. Random commercial interlude? What? Random commercial interlude. Did suddenly commercials start playing on my stream? That's weird if so. Oh, they're not going to talk to me about this situation? Fine. Didn't want to know anyway. Actually, I totally did, but... Alright, cool. Somebody's house I can go in. Hopefully I can steal some shit. I mean, exchange cultural, you know, things with them. I'm out of time for this episode. So, thinking actually that I was going to take a break. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a break. So I think I'm done for right now. Well, let me end my YouTube episode here real quick. Thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity.